what started the journey over here to the European continent? I mean, this vision of Paul in Troas. One night he saw in his dream a man of Macedonia dressed in this style of dressing that time over here, that he begged him to come over to Macedonia and help us. So after a couple of days they sailed with a ship. They traveled through the northern Aegean Sea, passed by Samothraki that is mentioned, and then they came in the port of Neapolis. I repeat, that is Kavala today. Neapolis was the busiest port in the vicinity, in the area, and was also the seaport for Philippi. Philippi was the main city. And that is why we read that they came in the port of Neapolis. Philippi is not close to the sea, let's say, so they needed the port, used the port of Neapolis. But Neapolis was a city port already older than Philippi. That is also what we read for other places. I mean that many parts of the journeys of Paul was by sea, with a ship. And it is sometimes was faster and more convenient in a sense to travel, to sail with the ship, because the storms, even if there is a storm in summer or in spring, it's not a big storm like in the oceans. Mediterranean Sea is closed. Yes, in bad weather and in winter time, usually sailing was forbidden, but then sometimes you had to sail. But also the safety that many of the islands provided, almost 2,000 islands in the archipelago of Greece, and that is why many times we see references in the book of Acts about the islands that Paul as well passed by, or he landed for provision and water and food, or if they provided safe harbors during a storm. And partly on foot or with vehicles, especially here in the north, that the road was so convenient. So sailing is something that the Greek people do for thousands of years. In some places we read that he reasoned or talked with the Jews in synagogues. Sometimes though he addressed the rest of the people to their native language, the Greek language. That means that he knew how to speak Greek, or at least some Greek. Either way, Paul had a very high standard education as a young man, because being a Jew, he studied, and also a family that his father was able to send him to study as well near Gamaliel, a very famous rabbi of his time in Jerusalem. But still, the high standards of education in the past included as well the Greek language. So most probably Paul spoke fluently Greek as well. But who was the recorder of the Acts? We know that Luke, that he was also speaking Greek, knew very well how to speak Greek. He was the recorder, like a diary, let's say, of the Acts, the book of Acts. Plus, of course, next to the book of Acts, the New Testament included some of the letters of Paul to the churches that he founded or the places that he visited. And of course we can read the 2 letters to the Thessalonians, 2 letters to the Corinthians, and 1 letter to the Philippians, the place that we are going now. So these were very important places, especially Philippi, even for Paul, and the Philippians as well were very fond, and they were very aware and always asked about the whereabouts and how Paul was doing, or they even sent someone when he was in jail in Rome to see if he needed anything and so on. So the Philippi community, Christian community, actually was founded by Paul, and it was not only the first European Christian community. It was a place that the first European Christian was a lady, a woman named Lydia, as we see the place. Paul returned back to Philippi 3 times, at least 3 times, maybe 4, but 3 times. And that in a sense indicated how important the place was. And of course the very first church to be built there after the Milan Edict at the time of Constantine was dedicated to St. Paul.